Kiddies, what up, what up? Welcome to Primal Scream. This is your host, Nick Graystone. For the next hour, we're going to talk about fantasy, reality, and everything in between. Let's go.
Good evening, children. Kitties. What is up? I'm Nick Graystone. Welcome back for another episode of Primal Scream and Shout. Tear that motherfucker down. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be an awesome episode tonight. I do have a special guest waiting in the wings, and we're going to talk some shit. But before I do that and bring my special guest out, I wanted to talk about some goings-on for the last week. First and foremost, wanted to pay my respects to one of the greatest actors of the 20th century. And I think he retired in the 21st century. He hasn't been around acting in a while, but yeah, Gene Hackman, rest in peace, man. Holy shit, like, what a shock. I mean, the dude, he did live to 93? 95 years old. And he gave us some of the greatest roles that I could think of. I mean, there's so many, but for me, the ones that obviously stand out are, him as Lex Luthor, and I love the Royal Tenenbaums. In Unforgiven, he was amazing as the nemesis to Clint Eastwood. And I do love him in The Birdcage. He played a straight-laced role, but he did go full drag at the end and accepted his new family. And him and Nathan Lane just together was so great in that, But there's still so many other movies that I'm not even mentioning. Hoosiers,
Get Shorty.
The French Connection, right?
Yeah.
1 and 2, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many great movies. I mean, like, I know I'm leaving out a bunch, but yeah, he definitely is my Lex Luthor, and like, I just grew up watching those Supermans. I was actually reminiscing with my mom when I was a kid. I loved Superman 2 so much that I used to have a song that when the movie would come on, I would sing it, and it was like the preview to the Superman movie, like they would show on HBO, and I would sing Superman 2 with Christopher Reeve and Margot Kidder and Gene Hackman. It kind of sounds like I was maybe like autistic or something, but I don't know, man. Like, or it had some kind of tism, or I don't know.
Call it whatever you want. Please just don't ever do that again.
So what I would do is there's this table that was in my house, which we actually just got rid of, but I can't believe this table survived what I used to do to it. I used to put a pillow on it and run from across the room and slide across it and crash into the wall. So thinking I could fly or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe that was all part of my my problems and everything. But who knows? I'm still fucked up and I still love Superman. So with that being said, rest in peace, Gene Hackman. Very weird circumstances, too, how he did die. We're still learning the fates of that. Supposedly, he was in his house for 9 days with his wife and his poor dog. The other 2 dogs lived. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I guess we'll find out in due time. So rest in peace. And also, I don't have a picture because I'm a dick and I forgot, but Michelle Trachtenberg, she passed away too at a very young age. I feel that's even more tragic than, 95 is a good run for Gene. But she had just like a history of problems. Supposedly she just had like a liver transplant and it didn't take. And I think she was like 39 or something. Way too young. But Road Trip, definitely one of my favorite 90s movies, early 2000s. It's a fun time. So, rest in peace, Michelle. And she was also in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the show. And I'm sure there's a few other roles that she did, but this weekend was awesome. So New Jersey Horror Con, I was the first time that I was a guest. I wasn't even like going to be a fan. I mean, I was a fan. Obviously, I did my stuff and I did some meet and greets or whatever, but I was a guest, and me and Zoe went, and we set up a table for the Forest Hills, and Scott was there, Scott Goldberg, the director. Chico Mendes came down. We showed the movie. We sold out of almost all our Blu-rays, and yeah, it was awesome. You know what? My guest tonight, actually, Justine, she asked me if I could get a signature for her for Angelina from the Jersey Shore. Now, I wasn't really a huge Jersey Shore fan. I mean, I appreciated it. I know a little bit about it, but it turned out to be my favorite guest interaction of the week, like of the weekend. She was so sweet and so different from what I've seen of her on the show. She actually did a tarot reading with Zoe, and yeah, she was just so nice and everything, and she's just like, oh, I love her. I want to take her home with me. And I was just like, listen, Angelina, me and Zoe are a package deal, but I'm sure we could work out some kind of an arrangement. And she's like, I'm listening. So she was definitely funny, and yeah, she was very cool and everything. So then there was this other woman walking around with her two daughters, and she's looking to get this movie funded that our kids are in. It's the first one right there. Then Came a Rainbow, and they're the Planton twins. And yeah, they love Zoe, and they connected, and it looks like Zoe's going to get a little starring part in this movie with these kids. They totally have like the Shining Twins creepy vibe. And I exchanged contact information with their mom. And yeah, it looks like my baby girl is going to star in this movie with these girls. And I'm so proud of her. And then the mother was like, and of course, you're going to be in the movie too with me, because obviously I was like, well, if you need a chooch to be in the background and doing something or whatever, she's like, of course, I'm going to put you in the movie as well. So, yeah, we're working out stuff right now and looking to start shooting sometime in April or the beginning of May. And we're going to do that in New Jersey. And, yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I just wanted to give a shout out to the Planton twins and their mom. And I'll see you soon. Monday, I got invited to go to Troma headquarters in New York, Long Island City. And it was so much fun. They dressed me up as the Toxic Avenger, which is one of my my intro to Troma, and I shot some commercials for them, and I'll plug what I shot later. But I had a great day. I hung out with Uncle Lloyd Kaufman, and yeah, this one I actually wanted to give a shout out. He has a new book. He actually gave it to me. Lloyd Kaufman Interviews, and it's a collection of interviews that he did, and Matthew Klickstein put this together, and right now it's on sale everywhere. They're going to be putting it up on the Troma site. So for all you people that want to read, Uncle Lloyd is definitely an interesting guy. I had a funny day with him. We were talking about everything in between, like, him running this company for 50 years and like the Great Depression and the current state of affairs and the price of eggs and all kinds of crazy shit. But Uncle Lloyd, I love you. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in March. We're going to be doing the Sweet Meats premiere. But like I said, I'll get into that. I'm just so excited to get my guest on. I want to get her on right now. So Justine from the Shore Store podcast is my special guest tonight. Justine, what is up?
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you accepted my invitation to come on. We tried to get Erica for the show, but she had prior engagements. But then you were just like, well, I could come on if you just want to have me on. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. So I feel like, at the last show that me and you were on together, you and I didn't have that much interaction. It was just me and Erica really shooting the shit, and you were just hanging out. And like when we were talking about Terrifier and stuff, that's when me and you like really got into it. But yeah, I'm just happy that you're on the show tonight. So thanks.
Thanks for having me. I mean, Erica's here in spirit.
Yes,
so.
she is. She's rocking out tonight, right? She's a show.
Yeah, she's working late, I think. So
Oh, okay. All right.
hopefully she's watching us right now. Hi, Erica.
Hi, Erica. How are you? Of course, Erica from the I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Sir Reality.
Surreality podcast. Yeah, we had a great show back in December, I believe. And Anthony, actually, my friend Anthony, put me on your guys' radar. And that's how we all became friends and everything. And it's just our love for horror, pop culture, and all that stuff that makes it work.
Yes.
So
exactly.
Let's get into it. Oscars. Holy shit. Now, I know before this, you were really pulling for a Mikey Madison upset. And that's exactly what happened. Like, holy shit. I don't even know if you want to call it an upset, but Nora went on a 5 Oscar win as being the dark horse of the Academy Awards, and deservingly so.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I really, really wanted Sean Baker to win Best Director, which of course he did. But I really didn't think Mikey Madison was going to win. And when Emma Stone called her name, I gasped. I'm just so happy for her.
I know. I think the world collectively gasped because, let's be honest, Demi Moore was on her last turn. Like, she already won fucking everything, and now when it came to the big show, the Academy did the fucking, I feel, to Demi Moore. They basically substanced her in a way, I feel.
I mean, that's what the internet is saying, but Erica made a great point when her and I did our episode.
Okay.
Demi Moore is only really in half of that movie. Like Margaret Qualley is the other half of that movie,
Yeah.
Whereas Mikey Madison is in every single scene of Honora. That movie is based on her. Mikey Madison also learned a language. She moved locations to learn a different accent. She learned how to be a stripper better than I've ever seen it play anywhere.
Yeah,
so,
she was convincing. I mean, I got to give it to her.
yeah, she was perfect. And she even said when they were doing Q&As and stuff for the film, people thought she was one of, because Sean Baker likes to pick out people who have never acted before and throw them into movies. And people thought that he took her out of the strip club. They didn't realize that she had acted before because she wishes this character so well. So although I love Demi and I thought the substance was great, I personally feel like Mikey deserved it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love the substance. You know, I thought it was my favorite pick of the year. I mean, as far as horror movies, regular movies, Honora I adored. I thought that it was a cool story. I love the idea of it. I love the interaction with like these goons that the parents send out to try to get the kid, and like they can't get their shit together, and it's kind of like Three Stooges kind of way. And you know, Mikey's just calling them out on their shit and stuff, and like that's funny, but it's also brutally real. Like you feel for these characters, and like I feel like that's what's missing in most of the movies that come out is character development, where you gave a shit about her. You don't like. I haven't like watched a movie in a while where I was like, whoa, I really fucking love this character. Like I'm invested, and I just give that's good screenwriting, and that's I tip my hat to Sean Baker. I feel like his screenplay, and this is not his first time doing this. I was telling you about this before when we were talking. I asked you if you had seen any of his other movies. The Florida Project, Tony. I actually have a picture of that. Second one to the left. Yep, there it is. Yep. So the Florida Project was another movie that he did, which also felt so very real. And if you guys haven't seen it, please do so. And me and Justine were talking about this before. Like, this is another movie where she was just telling me that, like, some of the people that are in it actually lived inside these motels. So, Justine, you want to just give like a brief description of what the movie's about?
Oh my gosh. So it's basically about those little motels that you see down the street from Disney World in Florida, and how these people live in these motels. They're living in poverty week to week in these motels, but they're so close to Disney World, a place where people like spend so much money and go to. And there's so many. It's just such a brilliant movie in every way. The kid acting in it follows kids through the summertime. I think it's supposed to be set over one summer, and it's kind of shown through the kids' eyes. So even though the things that are happening in the film aren't the nicest things that could happen to these kids, to put it lightly, they're still shown through like bright colors and innocent eyes. And that's another one where the main girl in that movie who plays Haley, Sean Baker actually found her on Instagram, because he wanted a certain type of girl, and he's like, I can't find like an actress who's like this. And then I guess he found her Instagram, and he said to his wife, like, why can't I just find a girl that looks like that? And she's like, well, why don't you just DM her and ask her if she wants to do it? So he can pull out the most endearing performances out of people who've never even acted before. He's just brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's a movie, another movie like where you actually you care about these characters, and like you said, it's through the eyes of these children and the children's innocence and everything. And it just reminded me of like a Stand By Me meets like the Little Rascals, them just running around getting into their shit, and while life is happening, and it's kind of like it's dreadful, like in the situation that they're in, these people, that the adults, which you only get little drips and drabs throughout it, but then like it comes to a head and you're like, oh my God, like please just, because this movie can end terribly. I'm like, you're praying that it doesn't. And then like, you're just watching it, and it was another movie where I was just like on the edge of my seat, just like, oh, please, like me being a dad and just, having a tender side for the children, just seeing that, like, I just don't want anything bad to happen. And it was a great flick. And, just like Honora, just has that realism. And, it's definitely well deserved. So, getting back to the what I said about before about Demi getting substance, like the whole plot of that movie, I feel like, they trade her in for, or she trades herself in for an updated version of herself. And like, I don't know, Hollywood, like I said, loves the fuckery. Like they do it to me. I don't know if it happened to you in the past, but I kind of wrote down a couple of times where Hollywood really stuck it to me. When Sylvester Stallone was up for Creed 2, and like he was on the thing, he won the Globes, he won the fucking SAG, he won like the People's Choice, he won all this shit. Then all of a sudden Oscar night comes and he fucking loses to Mark Rylance for Bridge of Spies. And then that other time, Brokeback Mountain was up against, Crash, and Crash wins. Like, Brokeback was fucking sweeping the Oscars, and like, I don't know. Like, I thought Brokeback was a fucking fantastic movie, like I went to go see that movie with Anthony in the theaters, and like,
really,
we
they
still
filmed that out here actually in Bam.
Really?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, that's like a serious fucking, like, I don't know. Like, I thought it was such a great movie. We loved it, and then it was just that was like our date night. People
I
still
love
make
it.
fun of us about going to see it or whatever, but whatever, man. Right?
Well, that's what I was hoping was going to happen with the Best Supporting Actress category, because Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez,
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
know is a super controversial movie,
Right.
she swept all the awards going up to it. So I was like, Googling, I'm like, has someone ever won every other award but then lost the Oscar? Because obviously I was rooting for Ariana Grande and Wicked, but
Yeah.
Wicked's getting a part two. So everything I read was that no one was voting for them for anything like in the Academy, because they're going to give them the awards next season. So
All
we'll
right.
see.
Yeah, no, and you know what? Wicked, I gave it a. It wasn't like I gave it a second chance. I took Zoe to go see the sing along, and I actually stayed up this time, and I really liked it. So I mean, like, it won me over the second time.
It's a beautiful movie.
No, it was cute. You know, it was great. We sang along. She sang her heart out, and you know, it was good. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to for the sequel. And then I got 3 more on my list of the Hollywood fuckery. Dances with Wolves over fucking Goodfellas. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm like, you don't go into a bar anywhere and see fucking people quoting Dances with Wolves now. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not wearing fucking, 2 socks fucking sunglasses. I'm wearing fucking Joe Pesci sunglasses. Like, get your act together, Academy Awards. And then, of course, they fucked over Eddie Murphy that time when he was up for Showgirls. And they fucked over Burt Reynolds. And I feel like they didn't like them. And they didn't want to give it to them. And they Peter O'Toole'd them. Like, Peter O'Toole, they gave him an honorary Oscar when he was 91 years old. Like, fucking Lawrence of Arabia, dude. Like, should have won it back in the 60s. Like, it just doesn't... I think they have, like, their favorites. And, yeah, this year, you know what? They were just like... Fuck you, Demi Moore. We're not going to give it to you, and that's it. No matter how much you are the fan favorite, and but it didn't sting as much because, like I said, I did really like Honora. I do have a short video that I want to show. That so the internet is cruel, and they're always working when we're sleeping, and they make these videos. Yes. So I have a little Oscar video that I want to post right now.
She probably, because there's a delay, so she probably won't. She's not going to see it. She's going to be 30 seconds behind.
All right, so they're going to be 30 seconds behind, but you might see it eventually. But you'll see it eventually.
Madison.
I know this. I'm gonna read off of a page.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you to my incredible family,
Your family.
fellow nominees. I'm honored to be recognized alongside.
You wouldn't exist without me.
This is a dream come true. I'm
This is my dream.
probably gonna wake up tomorrow.
Mikey Madison.
And so that was my little clip for Oscar night. Basically, Justine, what it was is like Mikey's acceptance speech, edited with Demi Moore like talking to herself during the substance, and she's like doing the faces and stuff, and like basically picking on like the newer version of herself and like talking shit. So yeah,
The substance was great, and it was so unique, and I loved it. It was one of my favorite theater experiences this year. And I was really glad that it won Best Makeup, because I felt like that practical effects makeup was like a huge chunk of the movie. So, you know, at least it won that.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. And like for it to go as far as it did, they don't ever give Oscars or like awards like this to movies that are that like type of flick, you know, like the body horror. It reminded me of like, you know, Reanimator and like Requiem for a Dream, like together, intertwined or whatever. And I went to go see it. 5 people walked into the movie. When it ended, there was only 2 people left. You know, 3 people walked out. Like, it wasn't for everyone. And I couldn't like, you know, I told people I saw it, but that's another movie that you can't just tell people to go see because it's so over the top, you know?
Yes, I know. I was telling people, I'm like, I don't know if you'll like it or not because it's like gory. I'm like, there's like terrifier amounts of blood towards the end, and people are like, what are you talking about? It's like, yeah, it was insane.
Oh yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean, like even like the third act of just the blood and gore and the splatter was insane. But I still think the most disgusting part of the whole movie was Dennis Quaid eating the shrimp.
Oh, facts,
Right?
100%.
Oh,
Yes.
it was just so awful, and the way that they
I
filmed it.
I want him to play Vince McMahon in a biopic one day. That's like I'm manifesting that.
He could do it. I think he definitely could pull that off.
Yeah, he could play the perfect like creepy Vince McMahon. I think he could get the walk down, and I think he could do it.
100%. He'd give him the hair, everything.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be so funny. That was a very good segue into what we got to get into. Vince McMahon to that territory. One of the biggest heel turns in wrestling history happened this past weekend. And yeah, let's get into that. Like, all right, so I think the biggest heel turn that I'm going to say is definitely when Hogan went to NWO. But this is just as big. You know, you have John Cena, who's been a face and a very popular face amongst kids and stuff, and a role model with his positive talk and everything. And I know he was like Thugonomics when he first came out, but like still, he never really was a heel. And now he turned face in his twilight hour of his career, and is aligning himself with the final boss, which I fucking love. The Rock as the final boss. I think he's badass, and I just love the look that John Cena gave the crowd, and like it was so good. Like, and it happened in Canada, so that's crazy shit happens in Canada during wrestling events.
Yeah, I guess so. And I had a lot of friends that were like, I don't want to spend that kind of money to go because I guess the tickets were just like insanely priced.
Right.
And they're like, oh, it's the last pay-per-view before Mania. Like they're nothing crazy is gonna happen. It's usually like a filler pay-per-view type of thing. And then they were all like, fuck, I wish I went. Just to like experience the atmosphere in the crowd that night.
Yeah.
It's definitely nothing I would have thought would ever happen being a wrestling fan since I was, a little kid.
Yeah.
And especially for him to like end his career this way, it's so interesting, and I'm just so excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like now they have to give him the belt because I feel like he's gonna have so much heat on him for these last 6 months that they gotta give it to him and then make Cody that much bigger if he loses it back to, if he drops the belt back to Cody. But like, give it to him now. Like, let him be the 17-time champion. Let him walk out with The Rock. Like, I don't like. Where's it gonna go? Like, there's so much possibility.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And you know what? For me, I gave up on wrestling so many times. Like, I'll just get sick of it, and I'll be like, ugh, I can't even watch this pay-per-view. Like, I would limit myself. But ever since it went to Netflix, it gave itself a shot in the arm. Like, I love it. I'm watching like SmackDown. I'm watching like shit that like I'm watching it 2-3 times a week now. Like I used to.
Yeah, I feel like since Triple H took over, he knows what the fans want and he knows what he's doing. WrestleMania last year was like one of the best WrestleManias ever.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. And usually I kind of fall off of wrestling like after WrestleMania. I feel like it kind of gets boring.
Right.
But from like the Royal Rumble till WrestleMania every single year, that's when I'm like locked in no matter what.
Yeah, that's like me. Like, I'm like the Undertaker. I'll come back. You know,
Yeah.
like I'll make my appearance. I'll stick
You'll
in
come
there.
back when it's worth it.
Right. I'll hobble into the ring, watch my matches, and then say my goodbyes, get to learn, hang out with the family again for the year, and then I'll come back again in Royal Rumble. But now I've stuck by them like this whole time, and yeah, you're right. Triple H definitely knows what he's doing, and it's exciting. I'm looking forward to every week to see what's unfolding, even with the possibilities of the next generation. They have Jey Uso, who's so over right now, like how Daniel Bryan was at that point.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd's behind him. You want to see him beat Gunther. And also, now you have this Fatu dude. I feel like they're going to build him up to be a champion one day.
Oh yeah.
Right? He's awesome. So yeah, I'm definitely really looking forward to WrestleMania and seeing what's gonna happen for the last 6 months of John Cena, and just so many so many different things that can happen.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun watch for sure. I can't wait.
Yeah. Usually we haven't done it in the last couple of years, but Anthony and I used to do promos each year, where we would get dressed up. One year he was Dusty Rhodes, and then I did Kamala, and then one year he was Paul Bearer, and I did The Undertaker, and we did a tribute to Macho Man, Hogan, just down the line and stuff. So hopefully, I don't know, this year I want to tap him in and be like, let's get something going on, because now I'm back. I'm excited.
Nice. Well, if you ever come out to Alberta, in Calgary, Bret Hart has his bar.
Yes.
And it's really cool. He has all the belts that he's won in there, and he has autographs. There's a picture he has of a still of him and Stone Cold's infamous match, and Stone Cold autographed it and stuff, and just so much cool memorabilia, and the theming in that bar. I love going there and just walking around and seeing everything. It's awesome.
That's close to you? Close by?
Yeah, it's a 20-minute drive from me.
Oh, that's so awesome. And
Yeah.
and basically where Bret Hart, the dungeon is by you?
Yeah, everything. I still haven't done the little tour yet. Last time my mom came to visit me, we were gonna go. I don't know why we didn't, but Owen Hart's grave and everything. You can do a whole Hart family tour here.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I gotta definitely do that. I mean, I really wasn't 100% a Bret Hart fan back in the day, but now I love his shoots and his interviews, because at first, he sounded like just a bitter person or whatever, but I don't know. There's some truth behind it. I feel feel like he's just a guy now who's got nothing to lose, doesn't give a shit. He's just giving it his own way, and he's definitely been fucking railroaded by wrestling. His family, the whole family got railroaded. I feel like he did too, and he has just cause for some of the pain that he has.
Yeah, wrestling is so interesting, especially with someone like him who was kind of born into it. And I don't want to say he didn't have another choice, but it's all he knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these wrestlers, they give literally their whole entire lives to the business. People don't think about that. They're on the road 300 days a year. It's insane. So I kind of understand the bitterness, but from what I've heard, I haven't met him yet, but from what I've heard, he's a great guy. And once a week, he goes in with his family to eat dinner at the restaurant, and he eats in a private room. But I guess if you tell one of the servers you're a fan, he'll invite you back and take a picture with you and stuff. So
That's cool.
I have to go in one time when he's in there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he what the hell was I gonna say? I Yeah, I get it. I get his like pain and everything, and like like you're saying, like the 300 days a year on the road. Like I feel like now Triple H is kind of like not keeping them to that. Like I feel like he's giving them the breaks that they need, because you look back now and like all these people that we grew up watching, 75% of them are dead. You watch some of these old WrestleManias, there's like a lot of these guys that are gone, like because they just didn't take care of themselves, or they got hooked on drugs, or they just their bodies couldn't take it anymore. I was talking about it today about the Ultimate Warrior. I forgot who I was talking to, one of my friends, and I was like, "Dude, did you ever see the last promo that the Warrior cut?" And he's like, "No." So I showed it to him, and I'm like, "Dude,
so eerie,
right?" And I'm like, 10 hours later, he was dead. Like it doesn't just. It's like he did his own eulogy. It's so crazy.
I remember when that happened. That was insane.
Like thinking about that too. Like this is a guy where he was blacklisted. Like everyone fucking hated working with him. He just basically ripped apart everyone like you could think of, like under the sun, on his own platform and everything. And then finally, who invites him back but Triple H? Triple H invites him back, gets him into the fucking Hall of Fame. That's that weekend probably at WrestleMania where he like buried so many hatchets and like just like came to peace with everyone. Like you couldn't write a script about that, like, and probably his body was in such shock from that, and like just being at peace, he was just like, like, what the fuck, man? Like, how much more freaky if it could have been? Like, he died like the following Monday.
I know.
Just insane. Just totally, absolutely insane. So, are there any movies coming out like that you're looking forward to seeing in the next couple of weeks or anything? Have you seen anything recently that you want to talk about?
Last night I watched Heretic
Okay.
with Hugh Grant, because that just came out like in the summer, I think. It was okay. I wouldn't say it's a must watch, but like if you're a horror fan, it's a decent watch. And I also watched this movie last night. It's from 2006, so it's a little older. But it's called Sherry Baby with Maggie Gyllenhaal. Have you seen this movie?
Sherry Baby, no.
Okay, it's like the only way this movie could have been better is if like Sean Baker directed it, because it's like kind of the subject matter is kind of like his territory. But Maggie Gyllenhaal plays a recovering drug addict who gets out of prison, and she has like a small child who her brother's taking care of, and she's trying to like rebuild her relationship with the child, but still like struggling with her addiction. Danny Trejo's randomly in it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, definitely got to check that out. I mean, I like Maggie. I haven't seen her in a while though. She was in that movie with Spader, right, where she plays a secretary.
Yeah.
That movie's crazy. I remember that.
She's great.
Yeah, she's definitely good. And I liked her in that other movie where she played. She was with Jeff Bridges, where he was like a. Fuck, I forgot the name of it. He was like he won the Oscar for it. Crazy Heart. Yeah, Crazy Heart. He was like an acoustic act, like a recovering alcoholic, and he had no family, and she was like a publicist or whatever. I'm trying to think when that came out. Shit, that's got to be like almost 20 years by now. But I just saw The Monkey. Did you see that?
No, is it good?
Yes, it really is good. It's fun. It's like Final Destination type kills. Osgood Perkins directed it. He, he did Long Legs, which I really did enjoy. But in this one, it's more like slapsticky and like funny, like kind of like dark comedy. And there's a lot of Stephen King fan references. So like he put some things in there, like little Easter eggs scattered throughout. And you can pick up on them, and it's pretty cool. You know, like he definitely did a good job. I'm actually contemplating to go see it again in the movies because I took Zoe to go see it, and we were laughing like throughout the whole movie. So it was it was definitely enjoyable.
Okay. I have to see that. I also want to see Hard Eyes because I know Devin Sawa's in it.
Yeah, I saw that. That was good.
And also the new Final Destination's coming out later this year, is it not?
Yes, I can't
and
wait.
I think Devin Sawa is going to be in that as well.
He
so
is.
I like that he's having like a resurgence.
Yeah, totally. He's awesome.
I love him.
Yeah, me too. He's great. I liked him ever since fucking Little Giants. And
Yeah,
then like,
he's the
he what Idle Hands. Idle Hands was good. His parts in Chucky, like he played so many different roles in that. That was great.
Yeah, he's the best. And SLC Punk.
Oh my God, SLC Punk is like so good with him. That's right.
Amazing.
That's what I had him
the best
sign.
scene in that movie.
Oh yeah. What the hell is his name? Crackhead? Not Crackhead. Oh my God. I forget.
I want to say Heroin Bob, but he's
no
not
Heroin Bob's
That's
the other guy. Oh man, I forget his name. Sean, maybe.
Matthew Lillard's performance in that movie is unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's great. I love that. I love the soundtrack to it. What was it? Steve-O.
Steve-O, yeah.
Very good, Tony.
No, Steve-O's Matthew Lillard.
Oh yeah, Steve-O's Matthew Lillard.
Oh, isn't that?
It's Devin Sawa.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Matthew Lillard. Let me see.
I love the soundtrack to it. I love like
Amazing.
Jason Segel's character's awesome. And it always like shows you like the dude you least expect is the most fucking hardcore one in the pit. Always.
Devin Sawa played Sean.
Sean. Yeah, see?
Sean,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was Sean. I got that. Yeah, he plays like a kid that like took too much acid and he's just like fucking bugged out. Don't you see him again though, like later on? Maybe in the sequel?
Yeah, later on they run into him and he's like homeless on the street or whatever. And well, you see him like try to get a job, but he's like cracked out.
Yeah.
And he tries to get a job at like a woman's retail store. and then later on, Steve-O like runs into him on the street and he's like, "Whoa, dude, like what the hell?" Like towards the end of the movie when he realizes like
I gotta get out of here.
being a punk for your entire life isn't really sustainable.
Yeah, no, it's not like all that it's cracked up to be. The part that I love in the movie is when it's cheesy. It's got the Ramones tune in the background, but when Steve-O meets his girl and she's the one is on in the background and like you could see like they have the connect or whatever. Oh man, I love that.
So good.
Poor Heroin Bob too.
I waited last year at Calgary Expo. I waited 3.5 hours to meet Matthew Lillard just to get him to sign my SLC Punk DVD. And I regret it so much, not because I regret like meeting him or anything, but just because I wasted like my whole entire day at the con on that. But you just like get to a point of no return.
No, you got to
like,
do it. Once you're in it,
like,
you're in
well,
it.
I've already waited an hour, you know?
Yeah.
And then he leaves to go do his like photo ops or
yeah.
whatever. And then you're like, but I don't think there's anyone I would wait that long to meet.
And he was great, right? Like you're gonna hate me for my interaction, but I had Zoe on the line with me. And there was probably about 50 or 60 people in front of us. And he's walking up to the table and he's like, "Oh no, the kid can't wait. Let's go." And he fucking whisked us up to the front of the line. And
that sounds like him.
Yeah. And it was just like fucking, "Oh, all right, cool, dude. Sign my SLC Punk thing." And, you know, like, well, what is the kid like? Fucking Shaq. I don't know. Scooby-Doo. I'm like, you saw Scooby-Doo, right, Zoe? And she's just like, you know, barely talking at that point, and I'm like, just say fucking yes. But
He's
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, he really
He's been
is.
in-
He was
he's been
fucking
in
mad
so
cool.
many like iconic roles, and he's just like such an underrated actor, I think.
Yeah. I'm curious to see now, like, now they're obviously we know he's back in the fold for Scream. Now they're saying fucking David Arquette's back. And they're saying that, like, I think they're going like meta, like they're like making a sequel that like has everything to do with the past. So like, are they gonna fucking CGI the fuck out of it, or are they bringing these people back legitimately and just ignoring like all the other fucking sequels and just making it like a direct sequel?
I don't know. I'm not a huge Scream fan. I like the original one, but like the newer ones aren't really my vibe. But I've heard Matthew Lillard say for years over and over again, like, I died. I'm not coming back. So the fact that he's coming back now,
Yeah.
like you said, makes me question what's going to happen with
How they
that.
did it.
So,
You know, like just how he did that is how for years they would ask Sid Haig and Bill Moseley about a sequel to The Devil's Rejects. And they would make it a joke, be like, dude, we fucking got shot like 50 times each at the end of The Devil's Rejects. We're fucking dead. And then finally, when Rob Zombie decided to make it, fucking Sid Haig at that point was like terminally ill and like could only use him for like 10 minutes in the beginning of the movie. And like they couldn't shoot anything else with him. So like, I don't know. Like I feel like it was 10 years they waited too long, you know? And like, who the fuck knows what they're going to do with this? I mean, I'll still go check it out, you know? Like I got no problem with that.
yeah. I also met Skeet at Niagara Falls Comic-Con last year. It was like towards the end of the first day, and he had like no one in his line. So I'm like, whatever. I got a pick with Lillard. I'll get a picture with him.
Yeah,
and
he's a nice
really
guy,
cool.
right?
Yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I mean they kind of the last one kind of was weird, like not this last one, the one before it. They brought Skeet back, but it was kind of like CGI'd Skeet, so it kind of looked like weird. I hope they don't do that for Lillard.
No, he's too good. You like need him there to perform.
Yeah, no, like I feel like they if they bring him back, like maybe the fucking TV to the face didn't kill him, and like maybe he's a little scarred up and he's been in an asylum all these years. Like, what else could they possibly do?
I mean, I don't know. That's a weird franchise. They can do whatever they want.
They
with
can
it.
look at Randy's nephew and niece. They got stabbed like 15 times each, and at the end of the movie, they're running from the fucking hospital to meet everyone who didn't die. None of the main cast died, but their contracts did now, because now fucking Barrera's not going to be in it, or fucking what's her name? Wednesday. What the hell is the girl's name?
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega. They're both out, but now they're putting back, Nev. So I don't know. We'll see what fucking happens. But you know what? I don't care. I'm a horror fan, so I'll just fuck it. Bring it on. Just bring it on. I don't care. I'll watch it. Can't be any worse than the shit that we've seen in the past already.
Yeah.
And if it is, you know what? I'm not going to waste my time and hate on it. Like, I find myself just like, okay, if it's not for me, I'll move on. It wasn't my cup of tea, because I could find 9 other things that I'm into,
Same.
right? So
Same. Are you a fan of the Scary Movie franchise?
yes,
Okay. I rewatched the first Scream not too long ago, and I just was like laughing my way through it because all I could think about was Scary Movie. But I saw that the new one that the Wayans brothers are producing, which I'm so excited for, it's like confirmed that they're parroting Terrifier in it. So
oh my god, really?
They confirmed it apparently. So that's gonna be unreal.
That's going to be hysterical.
Yeah, I can't wait.
The I can't like that. I can't stop laughing about like the first Scream scary movie when the older Wayans, I forget which one it is. He's like, "Does this make me look gay?" And he's like, "No."
Yeah.
How about
How
now?
about now?
He got his shirt tied in a knot. And the other part when they're in the car, and he's like, "Babe, you never played with my ass before." And he's like, she's like, I'm not. And he's like, "Dick, take your hand out of my ass."
My bad.
My bad. And you hear like a,
Yeah.
oh my God, it was so funny. I feel like also watching Catherine Newton in these other newer movies, I feel like if Anna Faris wasn't around to do it and they had a reboot scary movie, she could do it.
Yeah.
Right? Like she's
Yeah.
definitely like, she's got it. I think she's got it right now. Like I think she's funny enough to carry that. And is she coming back, Anna Faris? I don't even know.
I have no idea.
I
don't
hope-
know
I
who's
hope
like
so.
cast in it. I know, me too. She's so unbelievably funny in those movies.
She's great. She's even great in did you ever see Observe and Report?
That's one of my all-time favorite movies. When I used to be a shooter girl, I used to go shots, yeah, from that movie.
When she's fucking puking in her mouth and he's like, "It's okay. I accept you."
Yeah.
Oh God. I love that movie. Like it's just Seth Rogen was just so it got like so like beat up by like critics and everything, and I get it. Like Paul Blart Mall Cop was like the popular thing at the time, but like fuck man, Observe and Report was so much better than that.
So much better. It's like the funny version of
Yeah.
Paul Blart for sure.
Right. Definitely. Like in there's so many great parts to it. Like he just Danny McBride's part in the ghetto, like he just oh my God, it's so fucking funny.
I need to rewatch that
I know,
now.
me too.
I'm gonna ask Erica to do an episode on that. Actually, it's a good idea.
I have a small music break right now that I'm going to play a new tune, and then we'll get back to the episode. So this is an unreleased song that I just cut with Kay Lovely. It's still untitled. I'm calling it The Devil's Charm, and it's a beat that we got from a guy named Half Decent, who's part of the Full Blast movement. And he calls it On Top, but I'm calling it The Devil's Charm. So I don't know what I'm going to call it, but here we go. This is what it's going to be. Oh, wait. I shouldn't be talking right there. Here we go. Name Half Decent.
You have YouTube on it?
I don't know what's going on. And he calls it On Top. Oh, yeah, I had my... Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, kids. Here we go. This is The Devil's Charm featuring Kay Lovely and Half Decent.
Rob your hood, SEO. Robin Hood, life with no parole. I'm pretty boy turned asshole. Homemade chrome. Unload a clip in your dome. What happened to your perfect home? Luigi, you're breaking my heart. My shit, come on, don't start. Yeah, I know, pop one pork chop. Just don't touch my hair. Give me a woo, like Ric Flair. 16-time world champion. 19 kids don't know where they're from. All fucked up with everywhere to go. Like I said, I'm asshole. It's all for show. Just let me bury my tongue in your asshole. It's the devil's charm. All storm, no calm. Works all the time. Even when I don't, risen is a rhyme. It's the devil's charm. All storm, no calm. Works all the time. Even when I don't, risen is a rhyme.
This is one of a kind. Dummy, stay in line. Monkey on the bars. Lovely gonna climb. Heavy on my rhyme, cause I do it all the time. Should be hitting so hard Trump signed a bill for a crime. Guess I'm a criminal, never on that minimal. If you ain't fucking with me, here's my left testicle. Yeah, go crazy, go nuts, back and forth, power stroking, I'ma ram 'em in my truck. Now they a bunch of sitting ducks. Not being good at what you love must really suck. Where's the gorilla glue? I got him really stuck. I put that pussy, then I drown into the cut. Breaking out the dungeon, brain on full function. The peasants tuning just to see about my conjunction. If it wasn't me, someone tell me who it was then. About to feed this beat like I'm munching at a luncheon. Bringing out a crowd. Cafeteria, they don't hear me, they don't understand my criteria. Running for the woods, now I got them all teary. Her Wakanda overnight, take a flight to Nigeria. I'm the Black Panther, fuck you to the cancer. There's no double back gonna do, you lost your chance, sir. Do not strip the question if you want a truthful answer. Throw a couple dollars for a pretty freaky dancer.
Oh yeah, K Lovely's back. Spitting dope lyric on a half-decent track. What a fucking beat, what a collab. Just two brothers in the dark playing stab. But not with all meats, cause I don't fuck with that. But I'll sure fuck with a part-time lover with a full-time kiss. A fat booty ass and a googly-eyed smile. A sexy ugly freak who is worth my while. Someone to tame the devil's child. Crack a little whip, smack a little lip, I don't give a shit. Don't worry baby, it's just a tip. Not exactly Irish curse or Italian salami. Something nice for you and your palmy. Just don't be crazy, please don't be nuts. Because I'll be piecing the fuck out. See you toots. Adios, arrivederci. It's the devil's charm. All storm, no calm. Works all the time. Even when I don't, risen is a rhyme. It's the devil's charm. All storm, no calm. Works all the time. Even when I don't, risen is a rhyme. It's the devil's charm. All storm, no calm. Works all the time. Even when I don't, risen is a rhyme. Risen is a rhyme. Risen is a rhyme.
Risen is a rhyme.
Risen is a rhyme.
All right, that was, I don't even know what you want to call that, but I had so much fun. And I'm laughing because I don't have any art for that song, but Tony decided to put my Reverend Nizza DM for inquiries and availability. So, I mean, if you want me to fucking rap at your wedding or talk shit, I could do so. Yeah, so that was the new single. I don't know when that's coming out or not, but it was fun to do. No, I'm just listening back to it or whatever, like holy shit, like when me and Kay Lovely were coming up with like ideas or whatever, he's like, all right, I'll take the middle. And like every time I would send him something I was singing, he's just like, you're fucking stupid, dude. Like just laughing a lot, just writing that song and just trying to, I don't know, make references to shit that just makes me laugh. All right, so what else we got here? Yes, so Justine, I have to thank you for fucking asking me to get you something signed by Angelina, because seriously, that was like the most fun of the whole weekend. Like other than meeting like people and stuff and showing the flick, like she was so awesome. And like she was only there that one night, but like Zoe was in love with her. She was running back and forth to the table and hanging out and talking and everything. And she was just really sweet. You've never met her before?
No. Well, thank you so much for doing that, by the way. And I'm so glad that she was nice and just awesome to hang out with.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
She's never done. I don't even know why she was at that convention. It was just like so random. I saw it posted a few months ago. So when I saw you were going, I was like, oh my God. So yeah, no, I don't know. That was just so random that she was there.
Yeah, and she just started like her own podcast and everything. And like when I told her about you, she was like, really? Someone's got a podcast about like, you know, like that's called that? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you got to hit her up or I'll have her hit you up or whatever. So hopefully that pans out and you guys could talk.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. You see what happens. I mean, like, I sent her the pictures and stuff and DM'd her, but she still hasn't replied or whatever. But we'll see. Who knows?
I mean, she's got like 40 million Instagram followers or something crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
I don't know. Yeah.
I should have gotten her fucking manager's information because, I mean, like, he was really the guy. Like, I went up to him and asked him about the tarot reading and stuff, and he was like, yeah, just like when the table dies or whatever. But then, like, once she heard about it, she, like, took, like, 2 breaks and, like, she made sure she came back to my table and was like, okay, if you look over, because, like, I was, like, across the room from her, and she's like, anytime you see there's, like, a break in, like, the line or whatever, please just send her over. So I'm like, yeah, absolutely, please.
So she had a line the whole time. That's what I
yeah,
was
for
gonna
the
ask.
most of the night she did. I mean, like, when she was able to do the tarot card reading, she's like, all right, just take a couple pictures and then just leave me with your daughter because I want to do this like seriously. And I'm like, okay, absolutely. And that's what she did. She was like hanging out, and we got to talk about like the Amityville Horror. Like, she went to go visit the house like on the island when she was there, and we talked about The Conjuring because she went to go see the original Annabelle doll. And then I told her about my experience doing that and stuff. And like, she had seen it when the son-in-law took the doll out on like a thing. Like, it was an evening with him. But like, when I saw the Annabelle doll, it was still in the Warrens' house. And they were holding like seances inside their house and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that was, she was like amazed with that. And I don't know if it was her boyfriend or just a friend or whatever, but he was funny too. Like, I was talking to him when Zoe was doing the tarot card reading, and he was just like, dude, what the fuck is going on with some of these people at this convention? Because like you said, like, it didn't make sense for her to like be there. Like, it would be like, there was so many like more different, like more horror people than like, reality television. I think she was the only one really from like that, but
Yeah, sometimes at cons, they'll like horror cons and stuff, they'll just have like the most random people just there as guests. So whatever.
There's a convention over by me called Chilla Theater that does it. So they have like horror people, and then they'll have like soap opera people and music, and then reality television. Like, back in the day, my mom used to love going to that. I took her to it a couple of times, and it was just like, all right, I'm going to go meet my Nightmare on Elm Street people. And she'd be like, okay, I'm going to meet fucking like Louis Gossett Jr. and fucking Ernest Borgnine. Like, they were all in like the same like show. And it was cool because it's just like a little bit for everyone. But like, yeah, New Jersey Horror Con just usually takes like one random guest and like puts them in there. And I think they should do like the rest of the cast. I think she did pretty well,
Yeah, well, she's the one that would fit it the most because, like, on the show, there's a whole thing where, like, her grandma's psychic, and that's just like kind of her vibe. But JWoww as well. Like, JWoww recently actually made her own horror movie.
Oh, she
called
did?
Devon. Yeah.
How is it? Did you watch it?
I watched it.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I'll say that.
What's it on? Is it like on can you stream it?
I rented it on Apple TV.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes it works. I mean, like, people ripped apart Fred Durst's fucking movie, but I kind of liked it.
The Fanatic?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Right?
I think that movie is brilliant. Devon Sawa, speaking of.
There he is again.
So good in that movie.
Yeah, I thought fucking John Travolta played like a fucking insane fuck. Like, I thought he was really good.
Very accurate with like the way he was talking to him. Like, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm your biggest fan. That's how some people are. They don't,
especially
they can't like take the social cues.
No, especially at these conventions. Like, I've seen it firsthand. Like, some of these dudes haven't seen the light of day probably very too often, and like they're let out of their cage and they fucking go and meet these people, and they're scary. Like, fuck. You see it, like, what was that? Holy shit. It was a video I watched recently. It was like Drew Barrymore's stalker shows up at like a
that
thing.
was so scary.
Right?
And at first she was like, hello. And then when
Hi.
she realized who it was,
Yeah.
like her face dropped.
I mean, like, it's fucked up because look at, like, fucking John Lennon gets killed by a fucking fan. Like, Dimebag Darrell gets killed by a fucking fan that blamed him for breaking up the band. Like, these people make this their lives. So, like, to put themselves out there to meet these people, they're putting themselves at risk if you're not dealing with someone that's, like, mentally fucking with it, and it's scary.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like and even like at these conventions and stuff, and like when I fucking always consider myself like a magnet sometimes to these people because they're like, you want to like hang out and be friends and stuff, and like, no, dude, like I want to fucking hang with my kid and like say goodbye to you right now. Like I remember once I was at and this is a different setting, but it was at the AVN Awards, and they had like a trade show to go along with it. So I forget who I was talking to. My friend at the time he's married to her now, but he was dating her, Sonny Leone. So I think we were talking all together, and this guy was kind of like laughing like weirdly on the side, and like I moved on. I was like, all right, I'll see you guys in a little while. And I just started like walking around, and he was like following me. And then he was like, yo, you mind if I walk around the show with you? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm just kind of like hanging out by myself. I kind of felt like a dick, but like I had to get rid of this guy because like I just felt like uneasy with him around me. I didn't know like if he wanted to fucking wear my skin or like, fucking follow me back to my room and sell my kidney on the black market or something. Or just fucking scary.
I get it. Sometimes people give you that feeling of like, I need to get away from this person right now. Like you just feel like something bad's going to happen. I get it completely.
Yeah. And like, I can take care of myself. I'm okay. But like, if I'm fucking scared, I can't imagine with like, I'm not saying that like you can't defend yourself, but like put yourself in that situation. I can't imagine like how you would feel, you'd feel doubly threatened. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's different for women for sure.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I try to be like so nice and like respectful, like when you're meeting like somebody, even like with Angelina when I took my picture with her. Like I didn't like want to put my arm around her and hold her. Like I felt like she could be creeped out. You never know. She might have the skivat. She doesn't want to be touched or whatever. And like people can go overboard with that shit. So
yeah,
you gotta have a good crew with you, I guess. Know like who's doing what or whatever, man, what their intentions are. So you have anything that you'd like to plug, like other than the podcast? Like got stuff going on or?
Not really. Just my podcast is called The Shore Store, and it started out as a Jersey Shore podcast, but now it's kind of all things pop culture, reality TV, just whatever I feel like talking about. Once in a while, I do The Gore Store, I call it, where I talk about horror movies. The last one I did was like when Terrifier 3 came out, I think. And then Erica and I have our crossover show, Surreal Shore, which we do pretty frequently. And we get together, we just talk about like usually movies. We have some great episodes, and that's on both of our feeds. So yeah.
That's the show that I was on. Yes, and definitely check it out. That was so much fun.
Yeah, you were on. We did a Halloween episode. We talked about our top 5 favorite horror movies.
Of the year.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah, and that was earlier on too. So at that point, was The Substance even out then?
I think it had just come out. Yeah.
Okay, so that might have been. I don't even know if that was on my list. It might have been on my list then. I don't know. I gotta go revert back and watch that again.
Terrifier 3 wasn't out yet, though. I remember that.
No, because I remember we were hyped that it was coming out. And now Terrifier 4 is on its way. He's writing it.
Can't wait.
I know. See what happens, if he's going to stick to if this is it or if it's going to continue from here.
I think that Art the Clown will not be going away anytime soon. That's just the vibes I get, because he said before, like, Terrifier 4 is going to be the end of Art and Sienna's story. It's going to end there, but I think he'll put Art in something else.
Yeah. I mean, like, he's Rockstar right now, and, like, all the conventions want them. Just, it's the hot thing right now, and for them to stop doing it, you know, I don't see that happening. Yeah.
I saw David's line after, like, the first convention they did after 3 came out.
Yeah.
And it just did not stop.
Nope.
It wrapped around the whole entire con, and then I saw people in the Art the Clown Society Facebook group say, I waited 4 hours in line and then they closed the con, so I never even got to meet him. Like, the line was just insane. Like, every single person there wanted to meet him. So good for him. Makes me sad, though. I'm like, I wonder if I'm ever going to get my Terrifier 3 movie signed, because I have the first 2 signed by the whole cast. Because it was just walk up both times I met them.
I know.
So I'm happy for their success, but I'm sad for myself.
Yeah, no, because they're going to be at. I'm curious to see what's going on at Horror Hound, because they're going to be there. I'm excited because what's her name is going to be there now, Sam. So I never met her. So hopefully, they still have the line and I could just walk up to her, but we'll see. Because I think she's up there. She's probably the second most popular in the movie. So,
I haven't met her yet. I would love for her to sign my stuff. So hopefully one day. She was supposed to be at Frightmare in the Falls that year that they were all there, but then she canceled last minute. I think she was sick or something, so I didn't get to meet her.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be her, Elliot, Lauren, Damien, David, and there's a couple other ones too. I think the mom and the blonde from Terrifier 3.
Okay.
So, and Henry Winkler, I have to meet him. I'm very excited to meet him.
That's cool.
Yeah. And what's his name? Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. So I definitely want to meet him. And they're having a Sweetmeats premiere. So I got to do the Sweetmeats premiere is going to be on Saturday. But then I'm going to be there, Friday and Sunday. So hopefully I'll get to meet the people that I want to.
I mean, Fridays are the day to do it. I feel like cons on Saturdays are just crazy.
Yeah.
Like Friday and Sundays are the days to go anyways.
Right.
So, and you met James DeVello at
I did.
New Jersey Horror. Oh my God. Detroit Rock City is it's up there with my favorite movies of all time. It is my dream to have a Detroit Rock City reunion at a con and to get the 4 of them to sign my DVD. That's the last thing I really want.
Oh, that'd be awesome. They had Eddie and James at a previous convention that I met them, but Zoe, when we sat down, he was right across from us, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's Trip from Detroit Rock City." So I'm like, "Oh my God, all right, I gotta bring her up there to meet him." And very nice guy, he was very cool, down to earth, and he was sitting next to John Abrams. So they told her, Zoe always gets the attention when she goes, which is awesome. I love that. They were talking to her most of the weekend or whatever, giving her thumbs up and high fives every time they come by the table and passed in front of the table and stuff. So, yeah, I love Detroit Rock City. Detroit Rock City's great. I've always wanted to meet Natasha Lyonne also.
Oh yeah.
You know, she's great. I liked her in Slums of Beverly Hills, and she's funny in American Pie, even though she has like a little part in it or whatever. And I loved her in Orange Is the New Black. I think she was great in that.
Canadian icon.
That's right, she is, right?
Mm-hmm. And she dated Eddie. They met on the set of Detroit Rock City.
Didn't they almost like burn their apartment down or something? Like back in the day?
I don't know. I don't.
I think so. I think they were both like when they were in their party days when they were together.
I'll never speak ill of Eddie. He's like,
nah, Eddie's great. Eddie,
he's
you know what? Eddie knows.
Since I was like 5.
Eddie knows what's up. Eddie's done it all, and now he can live to tell about it and stuff. And he's celebrating his sobriety, so it's pretty awesome. Good
yeah,
for Eddie.
he's like 6 years sober or something now, which is crazy. Good for him.
You know what? It's a tough racket to get out of, especially if you're a fucking child actor. The odds are against you. So, congratulations to him. I got a big whatchamacallit anniversary coming up too. It's May 15th. I'll be 10 years opioid and narcotic free.
Congratulations.
Sick. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's a long time. Like, I just can't believe that. And I'm still going on this this dry kick too of non-alcohol. It's almost a year and 4 months. You're right ahead of me on that too, right?
Yeah, a little over a year, and October 30th last year was my date.
Okay,
so.
Yeah, and congratulations, that's amazing.
Thank you. And I haven't smoked weed in like over a month, so I've been like sober
wow.
now. So
that's awesome.
It feels good.
Sometimes it's boring, but for the best. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do shit. I'm just a normal guy now. So I guess that's it's good.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, there's definitely days where like, because I love to drink, like that was like my thing, you know. So there's definitely days where I miss drinking and I think, oh, it'd be fun to like get drunk again. But then you just think, no, just sit through the wanting of it, because like you'll regret it the next day. You know what I mean? Like I've never woke up in the morning and regretted not drinking. Definitely don't miss the hangovers and all that stuff.
Fuck no.
I look back, I'm like, how did I do that? Like,
I know. And you know what too? Like now that I go out and I see other people drunk and I'm like, shut the fuck up. And I know I was just as loud and obnoxious probably. So
it's so eye-opening
right?
to see drunk people when you're sober. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's I miss, you know what I miss? I miss the train rides into the city and going to the pregame of like a concert or something and having, you know, drinking beers with my friends and everything. But whatever, I could do that still, and I could just fucking drink Shirley Temples or whatever the case may be and fucking hang out. It's still me, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a big fan of mocktails. I love my non-alcoholic wine. I love my Heineken Zero. So that gives me like the placebo effect a little bit. Like you kind of feel like you're having a drink. So
yeah,
that's my thing.
I actually had a virgin pina colada the other day at Medieval Times with Zoe. So
nice.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun, you know, and like yeah, I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. The fucking hangovers were terrible, like towards the end. So, yeah, I don't miss that shit. And then you know what? You remember more. You go to concerts and stuff. You start blacking out of shit, and like you're like paying to go see these bands, and you're like, fuck, I didn't really have a good time because I was spent half the time taking a piss or trying to get myself into trouble or out of it.
Waiting in line at the bar.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Last summer when I was back home for Niagara Falls Comic Con, I went to go see Pete Davidson that weekend. He was performing at the casino there. And I was like, man, if I was still drinking, I would be like drunk through this whole thing and I wouldn't even remember his set at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's so nice to be able to like remember what happened and still enjoy your time.
Yep, you're right. Absolutely. All right, so I just want to plug some things, and I'm going to put this episode to bed. Primal Scream always likes to thank its sponsor, Mr. Beery's. There's always something going on there each night of the week. Monday, Okie. Tuesday night, vinyl. Wednesday, video game night. Thursday has the best open mic night, sponsored by Murphy's Music. Friday, happy hour with karaoke, hosted by Aaron Harris. This Friday, the Suffolk Stranglers and Hostile Intent. And this Saturday is Speed Rack Gin. I have a little video right now. It's a bit of an announcement about March 22nd, and this is with the head of Trauma, Mr. Uncle Lloyd Kaufman. Here we go.
From Tromaville, I'm Lloyd Kaufman, president of Trauma and creator of the Toxic Avenger. And get ready for the Hands Across Tramerica tour. And I'm here with Ricky Glore, writer, director, producer of Trauma's Sweet Meats. Ricky, congratulations. I mean,
Thanks, Uncle Lloyd, but I'm Nick Graystone. You've met Ricky is the director, but I'm Nick Graystone. I'm in the film as well.
oh, okay, Rick. Now, what did you do in the film?
Oh, I get.
Oh, that's great. You know, I'm going to be at the Esquire Cinema.
You mean the Esquire?
Yeah, the Esquire.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to be there too.
Where is that place?
Somewhere in Ohio.
Please,
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Ricky Glore, that's right, Cincinnati. Anyway, Ricky Glore and Nicky Glore, take care of your dad, and everything's going to be all right. Come on, let's go. Let's find Toxie.
It's Sweet Meats premiere at the Esquire on March 22nd, and it's going to be on tour for Hands Across Tramerica all the way until June 7th. See you at the cinemas, kids.
From
All right,
Tromaville,
there it
I'm
is.
Lloyd Kaufman, president
So
of
yeah, I'm
Trauma
going to
and
be
creator of the
on
Toxic
hand
Avenger.
at
And get ready for the
the
Hands
Esquire
Across-
Theater on March 22nd, along with Ricky Glore and Nick Hyance, the directors of Sweet Meats, director and writers. And they're going to also show The Rise of the Super Tromettes, Kill Dolly Kill, Bring on the Damned, hashtag Shakespeare Shitstorm, and Curse of the Weirdeer. Lloyd is going to be there too, signing autographs and everything. And it's going to be an awesome event. And that whole weekend, I'm going to be at Horror Hound, which is the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So that's in the Cincinnati, Ohio area. And yeah, this has been another episode of Primal Scream. I'd like to thank my guest, Justine. Thank you so much, Justine, for coming down and talking shit with me.
Thank you for having me on. This was so much fun.
Thank you. You're welcome to come anytime you'd like. We got to get Erica on here, and we got to get Anthony. We'll do a whole group thing, whether it's on his podcast, your girl's podcast, or mine. So
Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for everyone tuning in, and I will see you next time. I'm Nick Graystone, and you're not. Later.
Thank you for listening to Primal Scream. I'm Nick Graystone, aka The Nizza. Each week, Primal Scream is produced by Tony Walker and executive produced by Demon Scar. Always remember, nobody writes your story but you. Later.